Let's get ready, say go. Let's go. Rainbows in the sky, let's fly away like a bird. You're free to see the boundless face of the earth. Let the wind blow you like a knife and glide away. Far beyond the clouds, you'll find another place. If the road ahead seems so cold and gray, night never turns to day. Don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Don't be afraid. You got the power to get through the darkest nights. Chala! Swimming round and round in the sky like a coaster. Hold on tight, or you may find yourself trapped in a maze. When that happens, you may think you will never find your way. As the past, you may take seem all the same. If the road ahead should lead you so cold and gray, when night never turns to day, don't you be afraid. Go and fly away. Chala, hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it lies a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest night. Hey chala. No time to hesitate. Go on and search the earth. Within it is a magic surprise. Oh, chala, hey chala. Be cool, don't be afraid. You got the power to get you through the darkest nights. Chala.
ELW proudly presents Monday Night KliqBait Wrestling. What is going on, peoples? This be your boy Smith, as always joined by my North American thick boy tag team partner, Matitude 22. What is going on, bro?
Chilling, Monday night, some Monday Night Raw going on.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about this week. We just had AEW's Dynasty last night. As you can see, we have a new AEW World Champion. A certain scapegoat made their return last night as well, and a lot of other things to talk about. So, but we kick things off. We got Monday Night Raw. We got main event Jey Uso in the ring. I say, where do we even start? What do we start to talk about today? Where do we begin? Because a lot happened last week. We weren't here last week either, so.
Do we? I don't know. Do we want to talk about do we want to kind of talk about Rebellion first, or do we want to just kind of get into those releases?
Well, I said let's talk about Rebellion. We'll talk Dynasty, and then we can jump into that next. After that, I mean.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, yeah, TNA this past Friday had the show Rebellion, which I mean, as far as like title changes and everything's concerned, not many. I don't think too many titles changed hand that night.
I will say though, like, and this was on like the pre-show or whatever, but I was like low key kind of surprised to see Laredo Kid win the Digital Media Championship.
You know,
Did you see that?
I missed that part.
Yeah, like I was kind of surprised. I thought I thought for sure Crazy Steve was gonna retain, but then Laredo Kid just pins him out of nowhere. But yeah, that in terms of title matches, that was the only really title that changed hands because outside of that, pretty much every other champion retained.
Yeah. And like I said, matches were fine. Not like there was anything out of the
Hmm.
ordinary. I think like the most notable thing to come out of Rebellion was the return of, I guess, broken Matt Hardy,
Hmm.
which just goes to show like even after leaving AEW, not everybody's so quick to want to run back to WWE. You know?
I think people often forget about that. I think people often like people convince themselves that it's either WWE or AEW, but it's not always the option. Like people forget that TNA is like a very viable option at this point. And like Rebellion actually had a couple of returns because you also had Mike Santana made his return.
Yeah, that's right. He did.
And I think he's a guy that a lot of people, when it was announced that he was leaving AEW, I think he's another one where people are like, "Oh yeah, he's going to WWE. Santana's going to WWE." Like people were like, people be forgetting that like TNA is almost a very viable option. Like I don't know if he signed like a long-term deal or to any degree, but like even like Nick Nemeth, a very good example of that.
Yeah, especially with everything that's kind of going down with AEW and the reputation they're starting to obtain. It's like, yeah, there's people that's like, you know what, maybe even though AEW might throw lot more money at my way, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to come in, get a little bit of day one fanfare, and then just trickle down the card because I'm not one of Tony Khan's favorites, or
Well,
Young Bucks
again,
don't
I would,
like
I
me,
would,
you know?
I would, yeah, like I would say very much the same about. I think I would say very much the same thing about WWE.
I
I
mean, yeah,
think people
WWE's
are
got that same
feeling.
type of attitude, so it's like, you have other options, but I'm saying, like, WWE at least is in a transition of, okay, the leadership is not what it used to be. So you're not dealing with old man McMahon and
Oh,
Kevin Dunn. You're dealing with Triple H and his crew. Now I don't know how they running shit behind the scenes, but it might be a different environment now for an up and comer. Who knows?
I,
But
I,
like I
I
said,
think it's more so
I
that.
just think like TNA is a more viable option nowadays because it's like, okay, if you left WWE and people go, oh, you're gonna go to AEW, and it's like, I might not because right now it's kind of running a sloppy shop. And if you're AEW and you're like, oh, WWE, it's like it's not a guarantee they want to go there. Sure, the money's good, but they might not work the work schedule. They might not want to have to deal with all that other stuff. So it's like, hey, there's TNA, there's New Japan, there's other places you can go. So no guarantee of somebody left this company to definitely going here. Not always the case. As Matt Hardy just somebody was saying, he leaving AEW, he going back to the E, he going back to E. Now one person was sitting there going Impact TNA. Everybody he going back to the E. And here we are now. He's back in TNA, which probably is a better spot for him. He's a former TNA, two-time TNA champion, so he comes in with a little credibility there that they'll probably treat him in a way better position than what he would do if he was back to WWE right now. Without Jeff, he could go back to TNA by himself and be okay. Him without Jeff in WWE is not the same because they don't see value in Matt Hardy. They see value in the boys.
Well, because I think there is no value in Matt Hardy without Jeff Hardy
in WWE, but there's value in Matt Hardy alone.
In general,
it's subjective if you feel he has a value. But I'm saying if you look at this he did in TNA, he's more valuable to them as a single competitor compared to WWE at him as a singles competitor. They'd rather have Jeff and him alone, whereas they can we'll take Jeff by himself, we'll take Matt by himself, because what we do with Matt himself. He can utilize that by himself.
TNA, the only company where Hardy has it.
And that's good for Matt, though, but that's good for Matt.
That is good for him. That is good for him. Probably is probably the best player of the Hardys. Like, that's probably where they should just kind of. That's probably where they should finish their careers. Because I don't see WWE being at that point where it's like let's bring back these the Hardys. The Hardys can't contribute anything to this point. Like, listen, man. Like, that's the reality. The reality is without the Matt Hardy character, Matt Hardy is not. And WWE, they are. Already proven that they're not gonna let him do as much with that character as TNA will. Like, TNA, when it comes to Broken Matt Hardy, they're like, do whatever the hell you want. Do whatever craziness you want, whatever kind of crazy shenanigans, whatever kind of silliness you want to do it. Whereas WWE already proven that they're not willing to let Matt go at that level with Broken Matt Hardy. And it's just the Hardys in general, like the Hardys as performers, they don't have it anymore, man. It's not to say that they're washed up or anything, but I just don't think there's anything they can contribute to WWE's tag team division right now. Like, WWE is moving in a very different direction where WWE they're more focused on like the future, like the stars of tomorrow. I just don't see the Hardys in a situation where like I don't think the Hardys can hang with like a DIY or like a Creed Brothers or like New Catch Republic or New Day. I just don't think the Hardys are at that level. Maybe I'm wrong. I would love to be proven wrong, but
it's like that's
what I believe.
It's subjective, but I feel like Matt Hardy has a better chance of being a TNA world champion again than he would being a world champion in any other company, because like I said, the other companies don't see him as that kind of value. TNA does, because it's TNA.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, TNA would probably be the best option for the Hardys. The thing too is, like, Jeff is sort of a liability. You have to accept that Jeff is sort of a liability.
Yeah, he is. But again, that's why I said for TNA, it's a win for them, because like I said, with Matt Hardy, they've already worked with Matt Hardy on his own. So like even with or without Brother Nero, they can still work independently with Matt and make something happen and not have to take the risk of like, oh, Jeff's
But
gonna do something or whatever, even though Jeff's still under
they'll
contract with AEW.
they'll get Jeff. They'll get Jeff.
They'll probably get him eventually, but I'm saying right
Jeff's
now
Jeff
they'll just do the same thing they did with Matt when they only had Matt.
exactly. Like Jeff's contract I think expires like this spring. Like I don't like the last I heard is that AEW is not rolling his contract. They're gonna let him go. So I think it's only I think it's only a matter of time. But yeah, I think like I think TNA is the I think TNA is easily the best option for the Hardys because at least in TNA they'll be they'll be they'll be top players. They'll be like top stars. I don't know. I think like the Hardys go back to WWE, man. I think they already did their comeback with WWE, and it wasn't very eventful. Like they kind of did that. WWE's moving in a different direction where WWE is they're moving in a direction where they're more focused on like future stars or they're more focused on like younger guys. I just don't see the Hardys having a big tag team title run in WWE, but I see it happening. I see it happening in TNA. So, like I said, I think TNA is easily the best option. The sooner Jeff Hardy can get out of his AEW contract and go to TNA with Matt, the better.
Yeah.
Alex, I think you got it. I think you got that mixed up, man. I think you got that mixed up. Trick Williams, like listen, man, like nothing against Trick Williams, but Trick Williams could not even lace Swerve's boots on his best day.
Yeah, Swerve. Trick. You got that reverse. Trick is the discount. Swerve,
Yeah, man,
son.
you got the other way around. Trick is not even like discount Swerve. Trick is like blowout value Swerve.
He's
Trick is
he's
like
he's Ali Swerve. You get him at a low
yeah,
discount
like
rate.
he's like Ollie Swerves. He's like 99 cent Swerve.
He's far below Swerve.
Yeah, I like Trick Williams, but man, I gotta
Yeah,
it is what it is, man.
he's
Like
no kill
Trick's
shot. He's no
he's
kill
not there
shot,
yet.
son.
He, like he ain't there yet. He ain't there yet.
He's still a PC trainee. Don't let the NXT code of pick fool you. Like the boy, if he got in the ring with Swerve, Swerve would dance on him, son. Swerve
Yeah,
would straight dance on him.
absolutely. Like yeah, like figuratively and literally.
And I see we're bringing back the King of the Ring is coming back. But yeah, Rebellion was a good show. It's fine for
Yeah, it's good.
a low level TNA show.
Sammy Callahan also made his return.
Oh, that is true. Yeah, he showed up for the Steph DeLander Jordan Grace match.
Yeah, yeah. So got a couple returns again. The title matches I feel were very much everybody retained. Like Mustafa Ali retained the X Division title. Jordan Grace retains the Knockouts title. Everybody retained. The only title that I thought they might switch, they didn't, and that was kind of the world title. That was kind of the world title. Like I thought probably Nick Nemeth was gonna. I almost said Nick Aldis. I thought Nick Nemeth was probably gonna get the win, so I was kind of surprised to see Moose beat him, and Moose beat him almost out of nowhere. Like the finish was sort of weird. Like there was no build up. It was just like all of a sudden Moose hits a spear and then it's over.
So I see they decided to just call it the Queen of the Ring, the King and Queen of the Ring instead of the Queen's Crown, which made more sense.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're gonna start Monday. We're gonna start with a tag team world title match with Awesome Truth defending against DIY.
I kind of low key feel like DIY is gonna win this match.
I almost have that feeling too. Like they just transition these new titles to them.
Yeah. I I sort of feel like I feel like they might even turn heel and win. Like DIY is tired of Truth shenanigans. Like they're tired of him calling them DX. Like Tommaso Ciampa is tired of our Truth calling him Triple H. They're gonna like maybe not like turn heel, but they're gonna they're gonna do whatever they need to win the titles tonight.
All right.
I kind of have that feeling.
Before we talk about Dynasty real quick, I got to kind of transition real quick since we are having the WWE World Tag Team titles. Like I said, the champions did receive new titles last week, and I kind of wanted to get your opinion
Oh,
of what you thought of the new Raw Tag Team titles. What'd you think of these new titles that we have now here in WWE?
real quick before I get to that, I just want to quickly point out, no custom side plates on the tag team titles. If you notice, Awesome Truth, they still have the WWE side plates. That could that could be a little bit of a giveaway. Um, I like them in a sense. They're an improvement over the Raw tag team titles, but I still don't like them. I don't like that all the titles just look like the world heavyweight title. Like why
Well,
can't they just be unique? And
I'll give them credit. They did make at least make the tag team titles a little different. Now, the only beef I have about the belts as the design is, and someone said this online, and now that they said it, it's almost kind of hard to unsee it, especially at certain angles. Like the tag team titles look like pizza. Like it looks
yeah,
like a pizza pie a little bit in certain angles based off of the red and the gold and everything. It's just kind of looks like a pizza. But compared to the pennies and the nickels, this is definitely an improvement. I like that they highlighted the World Tag Team Championships with the red accents to kind of specifically mean like this is the Raw brand, and I'm not mad at it. I'm like I said,
I
compared to what we just had, this is an improvement. It looks more like a
I
championship belt.
to I'm gonna quote Papa Paul for a minute. I'm gonna quote one of his infamous lines. I think they're better in the sense that like puke smells better than shit. Like they're better, but they're not good. They're just better.
No, it's like I said,
Like
it's a definite
I
improvement. I think it just needs certain color, like where the silver accents are in the background. I think if that was a different color, or instead of having all these white jewels, change them into red rubies to make it pop more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I think they're better. Like I will agree they're far better than what came before. I just don't think I don't think they're really there yet. I think they could be a lot better. I think they could be a lot nicer. To me, I don't like the plate. I don't like how the plate is just the front plate is just the same as the world heavyweight title. I don't like it. It just doesn't look
Well,
right
what
to
you mean
me.
with the WWE logo in the middle?
Not just that, but with like it's kind of hard to explain.
Well, I pulled it up on the screen. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay, like you know how they have like the two griffins or whatever like on the side,
Uh-huh.
like just like the world heavyweight title. They look just like baby versions of the world heavyweight title. It's just round instead of like a hexagon or
I
whatever.
will say yes.
They're just more
I
round.
don't care for the round center plate. I don't care for the round one. It's too oval. It's too clock like, and coin like. Like I said, if the because this is a dual plate. This is got the gold on one on the top layer, the silver is on the bottom layer. I think if they'd have changed the color of that silver and added, like I said, changed the jewels, made them red, it'll pop more. Like I said, it does fashion of like a world title, but I understand they're trying to make it brand specific, that this is the Raw side of it, just the same way the SmackDown title, which a lot of people speculated it was just going to look like the WWE title, which I'm glad they were wrong, which we'll look at that in a second.
See, yeah, like I agree. I agree that they're I don't want anybody to get it confused. Like I will absolutely agree that they're a significant improvement, but I still don't think they're good. I
Yeah,
just
it's
don't
not
think
it's
they're,
not it's not their
I still don't think
best.
they're good.
It's not their best, but compared to what we just had, it's an
Yeah,
improvement. I think a lot of work could be
absolutely. Yeah.
done to make this better, but I'm pretty sure this is what they're gonna rock with for the near foreseeable future. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
until the titles once again get unified at some point down the line.
Oh,
Now,
I
like I
hope
was
not.
saying, the
I really
SmackDown
hope
one, a
not.
lot of people were assuming either they were just gonna give us a copy of this belt but make it blue, or give us a copy of the WWE title but give you two of them. Like I said, I'm glad everyone was wrong because we got this, and this is pretty good. I like this. The only
I
beef
will.
I can say is they should have made the banners blue. That way to symbolize it's the
At
SmackDown tag title.
100%.
Make the globe blue
Yep.
instead of black. Make the tag team and wrestling championship. If they'd have just made that blue, and maybe like this top part where the crown is, in that little space blue, it'd have popped so much more.
Yeah, I would agree. I think those titles I think are great. Like I love the design. I just I would agree with you. I think they just needed a little more color. If you just throw like a splash of blue, just throw a little color, just get a little blue in there just to kind of represent like the blue brand.
Yeah,
Just get a little splash of blue in there and I think they're a lot
yeah. The
better.
same way, it's the same
It's
way
the
the
same
Raw
thing.
one has the red banner
Hmm.
with the red in it. So, so you see World
Yeah.
Tag Team Championship, it's like, bro, just make this blue. Just make that blue. Make that blue, make the globe blue, boom. I love the design. It harkens the old SmackDown tag titles. It harkens the old World Tag Team titles back in the Attitude Era. I like this look, and it separates itself from the Raw Tag Team titles. It's
Yeah, yeah. No,
different.
my only issue with these titles are literally I just wish they had a little more color.
Yeah, that's it. That's my only gripe
Like
about it. More color.
yep, absolutely, absolutely, 100% agree. My only issue is that I just wish they had a little more color in them.
And
I think the
I
black and
almost dare to
gold,
say
it's a bit of an
that
eyesore.
I feel like those belts that they have currently might not even be final product, because I feel like they're gonna change them to blue. They would have to, because why would they do one with the red standing out and not do blue for the SmackDown?
Yeah, it could have just been a thing where like, hey, like they're not quite done yet, but we gotta kind of get them out there.
Yeah, we got the here, like, here's the prototype right now, and then when the other one's done, we'll send that out, and you can swap it out at some point.
Yeah, like when Cody first won the TNT title and the belt was really ugly and everybody was shitting on the belt and he's like guys don't worry, he's like this is not a finished product, this is just we're still working on it. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if this was very much the same thing and eventually they'll come out and because like I said man, you throw a little blue on there and they look
Yeah,
way
it's
better.
gonna be a whole new belt. It's gonna be a whole new belt. Cause like I said, I don't mind that it's a fully gold out plate. Like I said, that's fine. Any gold plate, usually you want kind of the black accents, but it's like when you're doing with all the space that they gave it, it's all gold. So the parts that are black,
Yeah.
you could definitely, like I said, the tag team and world championship and the parts of the globe, that's the only parts you need to touch. Everything else, you can leave it as is, and it'll be fine. but just tighten, just give it a little blue. Replace the black with the blue on the center plate, and it's gonna do 100% better. Like I said, I like this belt. I'm almost, dare I say, tempted to buy one myself as a belt collector. But I might just call my mans and ask him to make it and be like, "Yo, can you make this? Can you make the inside blue instead of black? Can you make it blue? Make it
Yeah.
SmackDown blue."
Yeah, like I said, I'm totally right there with you. I think these titles are perfect. Just like I said, just they just need more color. Just throw some blue on there.
What do you guys in the chat think? Like, what's y'all opinions on these belts? How y'all feeling about the new titles on Raw and SmackDown? Like I said, do you like the pizza, or do you like no pizza? Like I said, the Raw one, I'm not, like I said, I'm not crazy about it. I would need to like actually see it like in hand, in person, to really get a judgment on it. But like I said, compared to the pennies, it's not bad. It looks like a wrestling championship. It looks more official. I just think the SmackDown one looks way more. Like I said, it's got those old school vibes to it.
Yeah.
But so but like I said, either way, I'm just glad we got new tag team titles.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like like a it sounds seem like I'm being a little critical, but at the end of the day, the main thing is that we got new belts, and not just new belts, but the fact that we have two separate championships, that each show has its own tag team championship again, is like huge.
Oh, also true for Tangs. Okay.
But hey, I'm not. You know what, man? I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, let them rock with it for a while.
Yeah,
Maybe DIY still goes heel anyway, and they just chase as heels.
uh, okay, Ian says the titles are fine. They need
Ah,
to be
Champa don't want to shake
brand.
hands. Ah, Champa don't want to shake hands.
He says they need to be brand neutral to be transferable from brand to brand. I sort of am hesitant to agree with that because they've already set the standard with the World Tag Team titles, that they already look very close to the World Heavyweight title, and they have red on them, so I feel like they've already kind of set that standard. And I think they want you to think they're transferable, but I sort of don't think
Nah, they're
they
just gonna
are,
do like they
because
did before, where it's a thing of you just if there's a brand split type thing, we just swap titles. That's it. You're now the World Tag Team, and you're now the WWE. The same way they did before, back when the
yeah,
titles were just red and blue. Before they unified them, if y'all remember, when champions got swapped over, they just swapped titles. They did it with the women's title. They did it with the tag. They'll swap them over. Now you're
yeah.
now you're the World Tag
I
Team. Now you're the WWE. That's all they're gonna do. The only way it's not gonna happen is if they once again unify the titles. But it's gonna that the world title's gonna stay on Raw because it's all the other titles are the world title. The women's world, the men's
Yeah,
world, it's gonna
I
stay on Raw, and everything else on
that's what
SmackDown
I
is
think.
WWE. WWE Championship, Women's WWE, and now the WWE tag. So those belts are brand specific. So if you get traded, you're just swapping belts. That's it. You're swapping belts.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of agree with that because they've uh they've sort of established that Raw has all the world titles.
And,
That's why all the titles look very similar. And SmackDown, it's all the WWE themed titles. So if they switched the women's world title to SmackDown and then the WWE women's title to Raw, it would sort of break up
Yeah,
the
but here's the thing,
aesthetic.
but
So I
yeah,
just
it's
don't
gonna
see them
stay,
doing that.
and they've done this before in the past because most times when they'll swap the titles to different shows, like remember the WWE title was always a SmackDown title during the brand split, but then for a short period of time, the WWE title went to Raw. But then what happened to the world title? It then went to SmackDown. Remember, they drafted John
Mhm.
Cena. Batista was world champion at the time, and then everybody's like, "Oh, Raw's got two champions," and then here come Friday night. Oh, we got Batista now. We got Batista now. And that's how they're gonna do it. Like if
Yeah,
they're gonna swap anything, that's if to say, like, say Cody gets drafted to Raw, well, guess who's going to SmackDown?
yeah.
Guess who's going to SmackDown? And vice
But
versa.
again,
And they'll do the
I
same thing with the women because they're not going to have a men's world champion and a women's WWE champion on one show. No, you're going, go back to,
yeah,
you go now to that show now. The WWE title will now
I
be
don't
known to
think
be on Raw, and the world title will now known to be on SmackDown, and they'll keep swapping back and forth, depending on which person they want on that show that generates more numbers for that night.
now. I think WWE is kind of bipolar when it comes to this, but I think this is a rule where sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. Like lately they haven't. I think the best answer here, because I agree, I don't see them swapping titles because it would break up that aesthetic. I think the best way to kind of avoid that, not to put yourselves in a situation where they would have to do a title transfer. I would say establish that if a champion gets drafted, you vacate your title.
Well, like, look at it this way. Remember when the Universal title began and it was on Raw? It was red. When it went to SmackDown, what did they do? They made it blue.
They changed it. Yeah, yeah.
They made it blue. But the WWE title was always still what? Black. So you always knew which was what. The women had the same, even though they were on white straps. The center plate, one was red, one was blue. So when they had to swap between Charlotte and Becky, they had to swap because your title's red and your title's blue. They're the same title, but just on different shows. So trade it off, and you inherit that lineage within the record books. You're now dubbed a SmackDown Women's Champion. You're now dubbed a Raw Women's Champion. Crazy as it is, but now that's how it began. So when you look in the books, you'll see,
Yeah.
oh, now she's a Raw Women's Champion. Why? Because the belts got swapped. And you'll see on the same day, vice versa, Becky Lynch is now the SmackDown Women's Champion. But since they got rid of that and dubbed one the Women's World Championship and now the WWE, that's now its own lineage. So you get that belt, that's what it is now. So that's why it has to go to whatever show. So that's why the
Yeah.
WWE Tag Team Champions and is now the world. Same way it was a few years ago when the original brand split. And the only way
Like
and it never changed. The belt stayed on Raw, that belt stayed on SmackDown. The only time it became one was when they unified it. When they
that's why
unified
like
it.
I said that's why like I said make it a rule that if a champion gets drafted, they just vacate. They just automatically vacate. Like remember when Bobby Lashley was ECW World Champion and then he got drafted to Raw? What happened? Like what happened after that? Like immediately they announced he got drafted and he was in the ring and they announced he got drafted and then Coachman came out and said, "Hey, listen, like you're not on ECW anymore. You got drafted to Raw. You have to vacate the ECW World Title." And they took the title from him that very moment. Just make it like, hey man, like that's you know what, it sucks, but that's part of the draft. If you get drafted, you have to vacate your title. Such is life.
Yeah. But see, Raw changed that where they just like, hey, we got 2 shows with 2 champions. We'll just do a swap. You get this champion now. Same thing with the U.S. and the United. I see in United States, they've always been a Raw SmackDown thing. The United States title's always been for the U.S. I mean, SmackDown show, and the IC title's always been on Raw. They've never swapped them.
They did swap them for a little bit.
Well, true. You're
But
right. You're right, because it was on the
yeah,
IC title was on SmackDown for a while. You're right.
but
But it
but
does.
I don't think it.
But it's like, but like back in the early days, they weren't when they first started it. When they first
Yeah.
reintroduced the U.S. title, it was specifically for SmackDown because they didn't have a mid card,
Mhm.
whereas Raw had the IC title. But it's like all the belts are always going to find a way to get swapped to different shows, but they'll make sure that the other belt goes to the other show too.
Yeah.
So
Alex says, if I told you guys in 2019, pre-Bloodline, that Tama Tonga would skip NXT, would you have believed me? To that I will say, Alex, in 2019, if you would have told me Tama Tonga will go to WWE, I would have said there's no fucking way. Like I would have
even
said
if there
there's
was no
way.
fucking way, I would have said like if in 2019 where Tama Tonga was, if he was to go to NXT, they'd have put him in a really high spot, like he would have been like straight to like main event status in NXT. And give it like a year to 6 months, they probably would have sent him straight to main roster just based off of pedigree alone.
See now, like this is where it's like a bit of a double-edged sword, because although he debuted on the main roster and he debuted in the Bloodline, he's like a new member of the Bloodline. It's cool, but I think having him debut in NXT as like a top free agent and having him kind of have his time to be the face of NXT, the NXT champion. I feel like they sort of missed the potential of maybe establishing him as a top singles guy before putting him with the Bloodline, because now he's kind of in that role where he's just a guy in a faction, you know? I don't know, like I'm not mad at it. But I don't know. I think he could have done some good stuff in NXT. Like I think he could have did some good stuff in NXT versus just coming in and just immediately getting involved with the Bloodline. I think he definitely could have did some good stuff in NXT. Like he could have had a time. He could have had a time where he could have been like a top guy. Like he could have been the very top guy in NXT. But again, that being said, I'm still not mad at him being in the Bloodline. Like
I don't know what the MFT is. I'm still trying to figure that out myself, Alex.
it stands for make uh, I don't know.
Okay, so Gunther's entering into the King of the Ring. King Gunther?
I mean, probably good for him, man. It's time for, he doesn't probably time for him to move up to that next like main event level, and King of the Ring is a good way to get him there. King Gunther. I'm sort of not excited to see New Day fight Imperium again.
Although I am kind of, I am digging that we're trying to give more hype back to the King of the Ring. Make it seem more important, like how it used to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
And again, what is with the New Day, son? They don't even come out in the same gear anymore. What is going on? I'm not digging this. What's going on,
I think
Roderick?
they. I think. They just. They not. They not. I think they're not even trying anymore.
Also, I like that they went with the smaller Titantron type thing because they was trying to they had to get some more people in. They selling out more arenas. It makes it a little more like the big one was a little too gaudy.
Um,
Yeah, knock it down a peg.
I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know that ever really thought about it like that. But once they, once they stopped doing the Titantron, like the actual videos, I sort of stopped caring about it. Like once they moved away from having like entrance videos, and then they all just had like background images.
Oh, now King Xavier trying to get back into the King of the Ring. Get out of here! You wasn't doing nothing when you had the crown the first fucking time. Get out of here!
Yeah.
You called him a clown king.
Not super jazzed to kind of see this match again.
Yo, it's like this fucking clowns though, man.
How many times have these teams fought this year?
No, I don't want a match right now. I mean, say what you want about the New Day. They still fucking over though. They're still fucking over. But yeah, I do like the fact that it's like, yeah, let's make this King of the Ring more important again.
Yeah.
Make King of the Ring great again. All right, let's jump back in AEW because we didn't talk about Dynasty. So let's talk about
Let's do
Dynasty.
it.
So what'd you think of Dynasty
Swerve.
last night? Okay, we gotta talk about the pre-show first. So the Bang Bang Gang or Bullet Club Gold took on the Acclaim, and it's title for title.
Yeah.
6 men, Ring of Honor 6 men versus the AEW trios, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, spoiler alert if you haven't watched Dynasty last night. Bullet Club Gold are now the unified, undisputed 6 men trio champions. So, what's that mean for the Ring of Honor 6 men? But here's the
They'll
thing: before
probably
you
just
answer that,
jump back and forth.
it seems like they're gonna be walking around now with fucking actually 6 titles.
Oh, I kind of hope not. I kind of hope that
Because based off of
they'll just kind of combine them in one.
the graphic that they posted on them winning, it showed them having all the titles, not just like they took away one and just let them hold one. They had the trios titles back with black straps, and they had the Ring of Honor ones. So it was like, are y'all just gonna be walking out with 2 straps? Are y'all vacating the Ring of Honor one? If you are, what happens to the Ring of Honor? Do they get a new 6-man, or are we just scrapping that altogether? Like, what happens here?
Uh, I real quick, Alex, I say Swerve versus Osprey, all in main event. I say like take my money right now. And Alex, I'll also agree with you. I I'm not a fan of the Saudi shows. I don't think they should do the Saudi shows. I've I've been very I've been very public and clear about that. I think when they went 1 year and the Saudi prince held the wrestlers hostage, that probably should have been the last time they went to Saudi.
Yeah, but
But
that money's
they
too
gotta
good,
they
bro.
gotta
That
like,
money's too good.
yeah, yeah, they gotta get that blood money. You know, they gotta get that Saudi blood
Also,
money. So
also,
that
Rye,
that is what it is.
as far as Xavier, like I was fine with Xavier Woods winning King of the Ring the first time. And I was actually happy for him because it's like, you know what, outside of the New Day, he really doesn't do anything. Like, he's a lower mid card guy. Like, he hasn't won any singles titles of his own. It's only tag team gold. So for him to win the King of the Ring was great, but then they did nothing with him. And then to add insult to injury, not only did they do nothing with it, but then it just got squashed out by the tribal chief. Literally got squashed out by the tribal chief.
Didn't didn't he lose his crown to Baron Corbin?
No, Corbin won his own King of the Ring.
Did he?
Yeah. Or I think he might.
Wasn't
Nakamura won the crown from Baron Corbin
my God.
and
Okay.
became King Nakamura. But Xavier didn't lose it to anybody. It got literally Roman put the crown on his head and then stomped it out like his name was Galvatron.
Yeah,
And then that was
that's
it with the
right.
King of the
That's right.
Ring. So like that's why I'm just like him sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna want to be a 2-time and 2-time to do what? Your first ring literally got stomped out by the tribal chief.
Yeah.
Literally stomped it out. And I would like to see them do more with Xavier. Like I said, he without the New Day, he is a lower mid card guy, and that's just the truth.
You know,
If
I
it wasn't
always
for the New Day, he
again
wouldn't
like
even. If it wasn't for a New Day existing, he half those reigns as New Day, and a lot of people forget to remind you is that in the beginning he wasn't winning any of those tag titles. It was Big E and Kofi. It was Big E and Kofi winning those titles. They just freebirded it. It wasn't until
I
like a
mean,
couple
I've
years
kind of
later that him and Kofi were winning titles, or him and Big E were winning titles. But a lot of those title wins in the beginning with Kofi and Big E, he had nothing to do with any of those.
I kind of said it before and I'll kind of stand by it. I thought I thought when they still had the cruiserweight title and they had the cruiserweight division, I thought Xavier could have really cooked in the cruiserweight division, but it just kind of never happened.
It's something they should have actually kept in the main roster. Like I said, you still could have had like a lower like junior heavyweight or something, man. I still think they should, but they don't. They be sleeping on that shit.
Mhm.
Because a lot of your lower
But
mid carders are probably junior heavyweights. So give them a division.
yep,
I mean, they got that whole speed thing, which I haven't paid no attention to. Because like, why would you?
yeah, well, exactly. Why would you? Yeah, it's again like why would you even? How could you get invested in a match that you know is only gonna last 3 minutes?
Yeah,
It's like not even worth paying attention to.
yeah. But moving back to AEW, yeah, Dynasty. Like I said, so
Okay,
they win. They win the 6-man, which is cool. I don't know what's gonna happen to the titles, but
I'm okay with it.
yeah, it's fine.
Like the thing is, like you have to look at it. How often were the champs actually showing up on Ring of Honor anyway? Like almost never.
Outside of like pay-per-view events, very little to none.
And you know, like they they don't have. I think they don't have enough. There's not enough trios that it's worth having two separate sets of 6-man titles.
Especially with Ring of
You know,
Honor being a
I just
very light roster, not how it was in the earlier years.
exactly, yeah. So I think it kind of makes sense to kind of unify them. It's like the women's tag team titles, right? Like we don't have two sets of women tag team titles because they don't have enough. They barely have enough women to have a tag team division, much less two tag team divisions. So I think with the 6-man titles, it's very much the same way. This way, you know, you're not this way. Like you can kind of have the champs float on both shows. I think that's the right move. I think Bullet Club Gold is the right team to win. If you kind of think about it, Acclaimed and Daddy Ass, they held those titles for 8 months, and they did very little with them. Like they won them at All in August, and they've done very little with them. Like they barely ever they defended them. They defended them a decent amount, but like they were never seeing a pay-per-view. Like they were never seeing a pay-per-view, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the last time those titles were probably actually defended on pay-per-view was when House of Black had them.
yeah.
So I think Bullet Club Gold winning is the right move. I don't know if the Acclaimed will just go back to functioning as a tag team or will they continue to run as a trio.
I think
Don't
they'll probably
know,
go back to just being a
but
tag team, which they should just go back to being a tag team. Daddy Asses,
yeah,
yeah, he could be like their manager or whatever. If they want to continue to do trios, they can. But I think the Acclaim should just be a tag team, to be honest.
yeah,
They started as a tag team. They should just be a tag team.
yeah.
But then we start Dynasty. You want to go through the card, but in order, or just pick at random?
I can go through the card in order. I can look it up if you want.
Oh yeah, if you want to pull it up, sure.
And that way, we can kind of just go through it without missing anything. Just give me a minute. But okay, but I do know I do know the match that opened the show was for the Continental Championship.
Yes, Kazuchika
It was
Okata. That shit went
Kazuchika.
long, boy.
Yeah, that was a good match though. That was a good match. I like that match a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a like it was a fun dynamic with the two where you have Okada who's primarily he's more of like he's like a powerhouse, you know? Like you don't think of Okada as being a powerhouse, but he's very tall and he's very lean. Like Okada's, you know, like he's used to kind of throwing his opponents around a little bit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a good match. Like obviously Okada was gonna win. Like he was obviously was not gonna lose his first title defense, but it was a good match, man. Like Pac definitely took him to the limit. Took him to the limit, you know. Like there was even a couple times where it was looking like, oh man, are they? Maybe they are gonna switch the title. But yeah,
Yeah.
Okada retains. I like that match. I thought it was a good way to start the show. Okay, match number 2. We had the House of Black versus the team of Eddie Kingston, Adam Copeland and Mark Briscoe.
I didn't care for this match that much, to be honest.
I thought I thought it was I thought it was fine. Like it was like a 6-man tag. Like it was just a 6-man tag. Like it was kind of a clusterfuck, you
Although
know?
I
I don't
do
know.
like the finish of Cope taking the mist and then taking a black mass kick, or as I call it, the moist kick. He got
Yeah.
moist kicked. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, and then once he gets the moist kick, nobody kicks out of that.
yeah,
So,
so which I guess they're trying to set up something with him and Copeland, I guess, for the TNT, which would be fine. It's about time you put a single title on Malachi.
oh, you think he's gonna beat Copeland for the title?
He should beat him for the title. What does Copeland really need to do with the TNT title? Hmm? The dude's over as fuck. He don't really need a belt right now. But Malachi Black does need a belt. Because without a belt, he's irrelevant in AEW.
What happens to Brody and Matthews then?
They could go for tag.
You don't think they should just go for trios titles? You don't think they should
I
try to
mean,
get the
they've
trios
already,
titles
here's the
back?
thing, the House of Black's already done the trios thing. I mean, if you want to go back to that, well, you can. But I would say, like, for right now, like, let Malachi focus on a singles run of some sort and let Buddy and fucking Brody do the tag thing. New Day
Okay.
get the win.
Uh, yeah, this was like it was a 6-man tag. Like it was just a standard 6-man tag. Bit of you had bodies flying all over the place. Wasn't exceptionally good, but I very much agree. I like the finish. I liked Malachi Black getting the pin over Copeland because like now it kind of opens the door to Malachi getting a one-on-one title match. Maybe that match will be at Double or Nothing. And I liked how they set up the finish with Copeland goes for the spear and Malachi just hits him with the mist. Like I did like that. I did like how they countered the spear with that.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, match number
Oh, oh,
3.
oh, oh.
We had
Is
Willow.
Giovanni about to get the boot?
Yeah, he's about to get the boot. Why? Who knows why?
Why are you going to break up Imperium? Is this for the... Why are we doing this? Don't do this.
Stupid. Stupid. Not even letting them get one tag title on the main roster. But yeah, all right. Match number 3: Willow Nightingale defeats Julia Hart for the TBS title. Uh, yeah, who didn't see that coming, right?
I'm saying I feel bad for Willow because Willow only gets gold to transition into other women. Because
Well,
you
yeah,
already
like
know that
that
title's going to Mercedes Monet.
like
You already
that
know the
strong
host
women's
title.
title.
Yeah, she
That
won that
strong
shit
women's
just to
title. She wasn't.
transition it because the wrong
It's like
woman got hurt.
she didn't even. Yeah, like she didn't even win it just to transition it. Like she won it because Mercedes got injured, so they called an audible, and then she very quickly dropped it. So yeah, I do think this is gonna be very much the same thing. I think she's just gonna transition it to Mercedes. I guess it is what it is. Like sucks for Willow, but at least she can say she held the title.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know. I guess it's like it's better than not winning the title. At least it's kind of something for her resume.
I
But
mean, it's better than Julia
yeah,
Hart because she was not believable as a champion.
yeah,
Her
exactly.
wrestling skills are just not there yet.
And you know, for everybody that always whines for more storylines, there you go. There's like a legitimate story here because you know there's a history between Willow and Mercedes, so there's like a story there.
And I like Willow
I also
Nightingale.
like that that match.
I think they should do
I
her
like
better
Willow
though.
too. I think so too. I like Willow. I like Willow because she kind of she's different. She's
She
different.
represent the thick girls.
Yes, yes. Like in a world in a world that's dominated by by like skinny petite women, she represents something different. Like she represents the thicker girls, and
And
that's what I
she's not
appreciate about
even
her.
big in the sense of like a Nia Jax or an Awesome Kong. Like she just thick. She just thick.
Yeah, she's thick. She's she she real thick in a good way.
She's just healthy. That's all.
Yeah, you know, like she works out and goes to the gym, but she also likes her sweets, you know? Uh all right, match number 4. This might be a contender for my second favorite match of the night. Uh Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly for the International Championship. Again, Roderick Strong retains. I didn't think he was gonna lose at any point, but I thought this match was good. I thought this was just a good, like, this was just a good, solid wrestling match.
All right. So if
Most
Vinci's out, do
notably,
you think Gunther replaces him with somebody?
ooh, what about Ilya Dragunov?
Maybe. That'd be
Mm,
a nice addition.
yeah, like I like the spot where Kyle was kind of leaning up against the ropes, and Strong was like running back and forth, but like every time he passed Kyle O'Reilly, he would like knee him in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a good match, man. I like that match. And Roderick Strong retained. I, I wasn't really thinking at any point he was gonna lose, so
Nah, like I said, he just he just got the belts. Let him run with it. A lot of the people that were defending it, like kind of new champions, or some of them, like let Raleigh run with the titles. He's fine.
yeah, yeah. All right,
Listen,
this
we
uh
like that.
this this next match,
We love Ned Flanders strong.
yeah. I mean, listen, I like Roderick Strong. I like Ned Flanders. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's all Oakley dokley. Okay.
All right, this next match, this might be a hot take, but for the FTW title, we had Chris Jericho versus Hook.
Oh my God. Why?
Jericho Jer- Jericho beating Hook was the right decision.
Was it though?
They yes, yes it was.
But was this match even the
Yes it
right
was.
decision?
Ah, I mean, listen, like the match was what it was. Hook Hook is very limited in the ring. Hook is very limited. You know, Hook is a guy where he's kind of a little bit he's in that Jade Cargill spot where I feel like he didn't get enough training. So Hook is very limited to what he can do. And I think that's why they put him in these like FTW like rules matches because he can kind of do some more like he can do some more craziness. I thought this match
Yeah, but
was fine. I
what
don't
does the
think this match was
FTW do for Chris Jericho though?
it gives Hook the opportunity to chase a little bit. Hook was kind of getting boring with the FTW title. Like he was kind of getting stale. This way it kind of gives it kind of gives Hook the opportunity to where he can chase a little bit. You know, let him chase Chris Jericho a little bit. It doesn't do for Jericho. It doesn't do anything in the grand scheme of things. But it's the other thing too is like you can't. Jericho's got to win once in a while. You can't lose all the fucking time. He's got to win once in a while. You know.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
He's got to win once in a while. Like he can't lose every single match he's in, or he can't lose every single feud he's involved in. So this way, you know, Jericho can do some stuff with it. You know, let Hook chase a little bit. Like maybe do something where Hook wants a rematch and Jericho's like, listen, like, you know, you want a rematch, you gotta earn a rematch, and maybe have Jericho throw some like crazy competitors at Hook, like where Hook's gotta like work his way back up. I don't know. Like Hook was kind of getting stale with the FTW title. I think it's the right move. Now, if I look at the timing of Hook saying he wants to explore free agency when his contract expires, and then he says that, and then a couple days later he loses his title. The timing of those events did not escape me.
What you think?
I'm not saying they're related.
Hook might have an appointment at the PC.
Well, I'm saying that he said when his contract expires, he's interested in exploring free agency. That's sort of what he said. I'm just saying he said that, and then a couple days after he said that, he loses the title. I'm not saying they are connected. I'm not saying they're not connected. I'm just saying that the timing did not escape me. But I think at the end of the day, Jericho winning, it's something a little different. I don't think this match was exceptionally bad. Like I don't think this match was nearly as bad as people are saying it was. Uh, I think it was what it was. Like the FTW title is basically like AEW's equivalent to the hardcore title, you know? Like that title is not made to be defended in like 5-star matches. Like it's made to be defended in like silly like hardcore matches. It wasn't reported, Alex. Maybe it was reported, but it's not confirmed. I think he's still got some time on his contract. I don't think it was reported that he's going to WWE. I think it was just said that he wants to explore free agency when his contract expired. Unless you saw something that I didn't, but that's what I kind of saw. Um, so I do think that there could maybe be something to the timing, but I don't know. I don't know. Next up, we have the women's title match. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Tony Storm is not bad, right? She's not bad,
No,
but I feel like she consistently has the worst match of the night.
I
Like
mean, like
her
her and
versus
Thunder
her
Rosa,
her her
not the best combination together in the ring.
but even if you go past that, like at Revolution, her versus Diana, weakest match of the night. Go past Revolution, go back to World's End, her versus Riho, weakest match of the night. I don't know what it is. Where I don't know if it's something where her gimmick, if she's playing too much into the gimmick, she seems to consistently have the least interesting match. Like her versus Thunder Rosa, again, it wasn't exceptionally bad, but yeah, I thought this match was I didn't think this match was doing
I
it for
mean,
me. Like
yeah, I feel the same,
I
but
was ready for
I
this
think
match to be
it
over.
made up for it by the way the finish was, where she literally kicked her in the box. and hit her with the power driver. So I was like, I'm okay with that. Kick her right
That
in the
was good. That was
box.
good. Did you kind of catch any of the post scrum? Did you kind of catch any of Tony Storm's comments?
Nah, I didn't watch none of the scrum. Why? What did she say?
So she said that she finishes her story every single title defense she's in, and she said that people that cry for more storylines should go watch a movie, and then and she then said, and I quote, Nikki Bella cannot hold a pussy scented candle to me.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
it's it's like I
you know
said, the women's match is
they
what it
proceeded
is. So
they proceeded to ask her some questions, and she wouldn't answer any questions. And like they did at one point, they asked Tony Khan if at Double or Nothing he was finally gonna give Tony Storm the match she wanted, and he was gonna book Tony Storm versus Wendy Richter. And Tony Khan said that that is not going to be happening. and then and then and then somebody asked her about and then somebody asked her about Mariah May, and then she got mad and stormed off.
I mean, listen, I can't
Alex, I
listen.
kind of thought Alex, I
As
kind of thought the
rough.
same thing. I thought the same thing, Alex.
I mean, come on, you get kicked in the box, it's gonna hurt, man. It's gonna hurt. Like, despite the matches not being the best, like it is the most over gimmick that the women have right now in that division.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. I think Timeless Tony Storm is great, but I don't know what it is. She just seems to consistently, like the last like every pay-per-view since she's won the title, she's my least favorite match.
And quick question before we continue the
I
dynasty: what happened to Britt Baker? Is she injured?
I think I think she was taking care of Adam Cole.
It's real like that?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, your man just got a foot injury. Like, we can't. We not gonna we gonna sit on the shelf healthy and not, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that. I honestly can't answer that. I know I remember reading something that when Adam Cole got hurt, Britt Baker was going to be taking some time off to take care of him, and then she was kind of talking some hot shit on Twitter, and then that's the last that was said about Britt Baker.
Well, okay, well, we got
I don't know. I don't know.
McIntyre in the ring. Sheamus is showing up real quick. So people were kind of body shaming your man Sheamus, but he took it on the chin and like, yo, son, I'm working on it, kid. I'm in the gym, son. I'm gonna get my shit quick. Yeah, you ain't gotta hate. I got a little,
That's,
I got a
that
little
sucks,
puffy. I
man.
got a little puffy. Yeah, it does suck. I mean, like, listen, even in the way he look right now, I'd still kill to have that body. You feel
Bro,
me?
and yes, and you know what's crazy? Like the people that are, I guarantee the people calling him fat have never seen the inside of a gym in their life.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Because I'm like, yeah, bro, he got a little, he lost a little of the definition, but yeah, he was out injured. What you think he was doing?
Yeah,
But now he back.
yeah,
He
like the
getting back
man.
in the gym, and I guarantee you, whether by like end of the month, your man gonna be looking shredded, son. He gonna be looking cut, looking like a Julian salad,
Yeah,
son, chiseled and marbled. But
Yeah,
it's
it's like
like cats coming
what do
in
people
hating on him. I'm
expect,
like,
man? Like,
bro, like listen, even in his worst day, he still probably got a better body than 50% of the cats that was trying to clown him. Like, get out of here,
bro,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like you know the people that are calling them that are body shaming them and stuff. They those are people that have never been to the gym in their life.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, he a little
And like
chunky, but he you know what I'm saying? He gonna bounce right back. Watch.
yeah. But okay, yeah, going from the Tony Storm match, we have the match between Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson. Uh, a match, a match that some people are saying the greatest, the greatest wrestling match to ever take place in the United States. Um, I thought this match was really good. I, I don't know if I thought it was the greatest match I've ever seen. It's really hard. It would be really hard for me to kind of sit down and think of like every match I've seen. Um, but I will say this match was really really good. Probably probably match of the year at least as of now.
What? Osprey?
Osprey and Danielson.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, I'm pretty sure Meltzer creamed his jeans on that one. By the way, did he give his ratings out yet? Because I don't look for none of that, so I don't know if he did or didn't already. But how many stars did he
Again,
give it?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen anything yet. That'll probably come out like tomorrow or something.
But yeah, I would definitely say it was match of the night. They put on a hell of a show on that match right there. That
Yeah.
shit that was insane, man. Hard hitting, just high intensity, boy. Will Ospreay was on his game. Bryan Danielson was
Mm.
definitely on his game. So yeah, good match.
Would you would you say like just off the top of your head, would you say this is match of the year so far?
Would I say that's match of the year?
Mm.
I would say contender because you could definitely kind of throw Cody versus Roman WrestleMania as a contender. That was pretty epic match too.
I think okay, I think Cody and Roman was good, but in a different way. Like yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. People are saying this was the greatest match that ever took place. Like this is the greatest pro wrestling match ever. I don't know if I would go quite that far. This was a really good match. I would say probably for me, this would be match of the year for me. Um, Definitely match of the night. And then we get the finish. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about the finish. I don't really want to talk about the finish because I don't feel like I have enough information to form an opinion. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I have all the information. I don't know if I have the full story. So I don't want to kind of form an opinion. Do you care to comment on the finisher at all, or do we just want to fly by it?
What about the finish? I'm sorry, I was caught up in what was going down on Raw real there for a second.
So there's so Will Osprey hits the Storm Driver 91, and then it looks very blatantly like Bryan Danielson hurts his neck. He's twitching and convulsing. The referee calls in the doctors. The referee calls in the doctors, and then Will Ospreay then proceeds to hit Bryan Danielson with the hidden blade. and they do a big thing of like Brian Danielson is potentially badly hurt.
It's probably a work.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's a work.
Like I always say, something that's real, they'll do their damnedest not to give it attention because you don't want to glorify someone's actually been hurt. But if it's someone that's been hurt
Now,
and they give it attention and they continue to give it attention, more than likely it's a work.
I would agree. I know there was some. I was seeing some criticism on the referee's part. Um, I don't know. Again, I can't form an opinion because I don't have the right information.
Because I think
So
it's
I
part of
can't
more. I think
really.
it's more part story because they're still doing something
I
with Will Ospreay where they're kind of trying to push him as a baby, but he's part of the Don Callis family, so that's still kind of in
so
play.
so what I was hearing is that this is basically a way to make Will Ospreay a more sympathetic babyface, but also this will add more tension to the BCC Don Callis family feud. We know on Dynamite we got John Moxley defending the IWGP World Title against Powerhouse Hobbs. Don't know.
Powerhouse.
I don't know. I do know on the media scrum, Will Ospreay said that he was retiring the Storm Driver 91. I think that probably for the best. I think that move was unnecessarily dangerous. So I think that's probably for the best. And that's really all I can say about that. I can't comment anymore because, again, I don't have more information. But then coming out of that, we get the ladder match for the tag team titles, the Young Bucks versus FTR. Young Bucks win the titles due to an interference by the Scapegoat and the most over
Returning
man in
Jack
pro
Perry.
wrestling right now, Jack Perry.
You almost kind of knew it was coming because of the whole we showed off the video
Yeah,
thing. So you're like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a shocker.
no, I think it was perfect, and I think Jack Perry has more momentum. He has more heat, I guess is probably the correct term coming out of that, but he also has more momentum. So I do think it was the right move. I do think this was the right time for AEW to bring him back, and
Okay, but
I do
here's
think
the
this is the
question though:
right scenario.
what do you do with him? Because he doesn't
Uh,
have a major. Do you put a major title on him? Like, what do you do with him now? You brought him back. He can't fight Punk, so what do we do with him? Uh,
hmm.
is him and the Bucks going for trios titles? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you do with him? Because
I would,
who do you take the title?
I
Unless,
would.
like, what title can you give him right now? Can't take the title off of Swerve. Other
You
than
could give him.
maybe
You could always get.
Copeland. Other than TNT, because
Hey,
Roddy, you gonna take it off of
you
Roddy?
could, you could give him the TNT title.
That's the only other title you can really at this point, because every other title is kind of hooked on a heel right now. You got one.
Oof. Again,
You
you
got
could.
the international. You got the international sitting there with the undisputed kingdom. You got the tag titles just came back to the Bucks. The Continentals with Okada,
You could.
and you just gave the
Again,
trios to
you could potentially.
the Bullet Club.
Uh, Alex, the move does look good. The move does look badass. I'm not denying that. But I just think that it's unnecessarily dangerous. I do think it looks good, but I think it's maybe not worth the risk.
So yeah, I mean,
But
the only thing you really
yeah,
could do is put a if you're gonna do that, yeah, you would have to put the title on. You'd have to take the TNT because there's no other title.
I mean, you could always put like the Ring of Honor title on him. You could always take the title off Mark Briscoe, put the Ring of Honor title on him.
Nah,
Again, that would kind of,
they already
imagine.
they just got done having an absentee champion in Eddie Kingston. Can't take it off of Mark now.
I mean, they could put the. I don't know. I think definitely put him with the Elite. I guess maybe he doesn't need to win a title right away. He doesn't need to win a title right now, but definitely, I think definitely him linking up with the Elite, probably the best move. But then we have our main event. We have Samoa Joe and Swerve for the world title. If you clicked on this video, you saw the very impressive thumbnail. You know that Swerve Strickland won the AEW world title.
And hey, listen, the right man won the match. As much as I like Samoa Joe, it was Swerve's time. It was Swerve's time.
I do wish Joe had a bit longer of a title reign. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right about that, Ian. They could put the New Japan Strong World title.
Does Eddie still have that belt?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
So that
because I wasn't sure he wasn't coming out with it no more.
Well, he came out with it on Sunday.
Oh, I didn't notice. I must have missed that part.
Yeah. Well, see, it's because you're so used to seeing him with like 3 titles that it's like that now the one title it's almost not even noticeable. Yeah, I think that I would be okay with that. I think they could put the Strong World title on him because, again, like Jack Perry has ties to New Japan. He's a member of House of Torture. So I think they could put. I think there you go. That's what I would do. Ian got it. He hit it out of the park. Have him beat Eddie Kingston for the Strong title.
I can see that, but I still think it's if you want to keep it AEW, just have him take the TNT from Copeland.
Yeah, because you got to let Malachi get the TNT title.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Well then, yeah.
Yeah, like you just
strong title then.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I do wish Joe had a longer title reign, but Swerve is so over right now. I think they made the right call, man. I think it's again I sort of see some people I sort of saw some people criticizing it, and I sort of don't understand. Uh, I do think there is some importance to what Swerve has said. Swerve being the first non-white guy to hold the world championship.
Yeah, he's the first. He's the first in AEW. So that. Yeah.
Yeah, first African American AEW world champion. I think that's great. I think Swerve is the right guy to do it. He's super over right now. He delivers incredible matches. I wish Joe held the title for longer, but it is what it is, man.
Like I said, I just hope they give Swerve a decent reign and decent challenges to go up against. You know what I mean?
Me too.
No cornball cat. No cornballs. Just give him good quality matches. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm glad Swerve won. All in all, the pay-per-view was fine. I like I said, my only beef that I have with WWE as far as none of WWE AEW is their runtime, and I think we've talked about it in the past. Like these pay-per-views ending at like midnight. Like, come on, bro. Like, I feel like you
Yeah.
almost like don't respect your audience's time when you sit there and like, cause like
I think
I don't mean to cut you off, but it's like, let me just paint a picture
no,
for
it's okay.
you in the chat. I'm saying you don't respect your audience time. I'm not even talking about us who watch it at home. I'm talking the people that are there, because you got to factor that not only your show ending at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, then I got to leave the arena, which is going to probably take me a few minutes just to leave the arena. Then it's going to take me probably a couple hours depending on where I live, because I'm pretty sure that most of these people don't live adjacent from this arena. You probably live some hours away to get here. So that's like now a whole more time. So you see, if you really think about it, your ass ain't getting home till like 3 in the motherfucking morning, and you probably got work on Monday. And that's
Yeah,
why I say, like,
especially when
that's
it's
disrespectful to
especially
people's
on a
time.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Especially on a Sunday.
Yeah, so that shit is like really disrespectful to a person's time. At least with WWE, you're out of the building by 11. You're out of the building by 11.
I do
So give
think
or take, depending on the arena and where you live and how you got there, you should not get home. The latest is probably midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning. So you at least got a little time to get some sleep. And now they pushed it to Saturday just to avoid that whole conflict altogether. But for the ones who still do the
I do
Sunday
think that
pay-per-views, you gotta respect people's times. There's cats that gotta work on Monday.
I do think that they should start their pay-per-views. If they want to have like long pay-per-views, they should start them at the pay-per-view should start at 7 and the
Yeah.
pre-show should start at 5:30.
Yeah, like if you're gonna go that long, like your shit should not be ending at 12 o'clock. Your shit should be not ending at 1 p.m. You should be done by 11. By 11.
Um okay, Alex wants to know, would we be cool with Swerve dropping the title at All In August to Will Ospreay, or do we think that would be too short?
I mean, listen, I would say like where we in now? We in what, late mid April here?
Yeah, so like
That's so
mid-April
you're talking about a
to
four
early
month.
August.
You're talking about a 4 month reign. Listen, if he's not like improving numbers, meaning TV ratings, buy rates, and whatever else, then they're gonna take the title off of him anyway. Come all in.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I think 4 months is a fair first title reign. Like that's pretty much how long Joe held the title. Like Joe won the title late December and dropped it mid-April. So that's almost the same length of time. I think it's not so much how long the reign lasts, but I think it's more so what do they do with them as champion.
Here's the thing. Right now with
Like if he
AEW,
gets
there's not a lot of multiple time champions in AEW outside of Moxley and Punk. Like the title, there's not a lot of repeat holders of that championship right now.
exactly, yeah.
Outside of the little thing that happened between Moxley and Punk, like I said, they're the only two that can sit here and say I'm a multiple time AEW champion. Jericho can't say it. Omega can't say it. Hangman can't say it. MJF can't say it. The only two people that can say it is them two. So like to see them put the title on Osprey come all in, it's a possibility. They might run with Swerve a little longer and have Osprey chased for a different pay-per-view. It could be, who knows. Like I know they're going
I
back to
guess it
Wembley, so they might want to do the obvious, but
yeah.
then again they might want to
Yeah.
not do the obvious.
Um I don't know. I think like I said 4 months. I think that's a decent title reign. I wouldn't be against it, but
Nah, I'll be
again,
okay.
it's sort of hard to say that it's sort of hard to say. It's sort of hard to say now because if Swerve is selling tickets and if Swerve is getting ratings, then you might wanna let him rock with the title.
Yeah, so like I said, by that point they'll know whether or not, like, okay, let's see how Osprey does with the title now. We rock with
Mhm.
Swerve for 4 months and not much has moved. The needle hasn't moved that much, so let's you know what I'm saying? Let's see what the we'll see
Yeah,
what the Brit can do. You know, see what the boy from Essex can do. So, but like again, I think the thing will be more than likely like, listen, we already know whoever you put him in the ring with, the quality of matches will be fine. So that's not an issue. We know the promos is not an issue. We know shit. We know the entrance is over as fuck with the Nana dance. So that's not an issue. It's just a thing of, will this mean more people come to watch AEW? Will more people buy their pay-per-views? That's what they need to see. They need to see, is merchandise selling more? Are we selling out these places that we booked to do Dynamite and Collision or whatever? That's what needs to change. You know, just because the public opinion is like,
yeah,
yeah, we're cool with Swerve and we love it. If y'all motherfuckers ain't out here buying tickets, that shit don't mean nothing.
yeah,
If the ratings don't go up to substantial amounts where it's like, oh shit, we got eyes on us, then it means nothing. So like he's got to come in here and not only like do all the regular things that he does as a wrestler, but he also now has to kind of find a way to bring new eyes into the product so they can say like, okay, your time as champion was fruitful. We benefited from you holding the title.
yeah,
So, but like I said, well, excuse me. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, like I said, I'm okay with Swerve being champion, and if he drops the title at all in the Osprey, I'm okay with that too. I'm pretty sure a guy like Swerve will get another chance.
yeah. That's the thing. I think right now, and I think like you said, I think right now, I think that AEW should be, and it's a bit of a double edged sword too. But I think that they should be more like. I'm not saying everybody should have a really short title reign, but I think there should be more like we don't need to have extremely long title reigns because there's a lot of guys that haven't held championships yet. And there's a lot of guys that have only had one and done title reigns. So I think it's a thing where like we don't need to see somebody hold the title for as long as MJF did because there's a lot of people that haven't held a championship yet. Like Brian Danielson hasn't won a title yet.
Yeah.
But there's probably some other names. I'm just
Also, we got to
that's the
remember
one that's coming to mind.
AEW is still a fairly new company. This is what, year 5
Yeah.
that we're in, and year 5, like I
Yeah.
said, they've had a handful of champions, and when you do that, you're establishing that those dudes are main event guys. So like Hangman could disappear and be gone for days, but he can always come back and be like, hey, I want to be in the main event scene, and it's like no problem. Why? He's a former world champion. You can say the same thing if
Yeah.
MJF ever returned to AEW. He can go right back and be like, hey, I want a shot at the world title. And it's like, hey, that sounds right to me because you're a former champion. You're a cemented main event player now. And that's
Yeah.
how like all the other people, same thing what you would say with Moxley, he's always looked at as a main event player. He can at any given point, if they want to put him back in the picture for the AEW title, no one's gonna question it because it's like, all right, as far in the scale as where AEW's pecking order, Moxley's a main event guy. Same thing with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Same thing now with Swerve Strickland. He'll now be known as a main event guy because he's a current champion.
Yeah.
And you gotta kind of for a new roster like AEW, you kind of have to establish who are the main event players here. Yeah, they sat there and
Yeah.
said that Darby and Jungle Boy were their pillars and all that shit, but they really haven't done anything to cement themselves as main event guys. At least not yet.
No.
But right now, you do have
No.
those key guys that when they show up, it's like, he probably in the main event scene, like a Hangman. Like I said, I didn't like that whole setup with him and Swerve and Samoa Joe, but it still proves the point. He could come right in and be right back in the main event spot because he's considered a main
Yeah.
event guy. Same thing if Cody if Kenny Omega was to come back right now, he'd be put right back in that same position because he's considered a main event guy. He's not a mid card. He ain't a lower mid card. He's the main event guy. And like I said, as of the 5-year-old company, they have to start establishing these pecking orders and these like who's wearing who's what. Okay, y'all been doing this now 5 years. Y'all been having fun playing really fast and loose. It's time to really establish who are the main eventers here and who would separate them from the mid carders. Separate your Moxleys from your
Yeah.
Rodricks. Like who's where,
Hmm.
and having the way their title scene has been in the 5 years. If, like I said, if you notice, there aren't a lot of repeat offenders outside of the whole incident with Moxley and the Punk situation. Now, the only time where there was like, several times where a guy held the title.
Yeah.
Other than that, every other title has been a one and done. We moved on to the next guy to establish a main event guy. And that's what they were doing with
And I
Moxley.
think
That's what they were doing with Punk, was to establish a main event guy.
I think that we were not even supposed to. I don't think we were supposed to get that many title changes. I think it's just CM Punk
Yeah,
could not stay healthy.
it was
He's
the circumstances of everything that happened within that time frame.
like I think it was okay. Like Punk beats Hangman. Punk's gonna rock with the title. Punk gets hurt. Okay, so I guess let's go to Mox. He's our next biggest star. Kenny's out right now. Let's just give it to Mox. Then CM Punk will come back and drop the title to Mox, and then that's what happens. CM Punk comes back, beats Moxley for the title. In the match, in that very match, Punk gets hurt again. So now it's like, fucking Punk's fucking hurt again. What do we do? I guess just give it back to Mox.
Yeah. But then when everything happened and everything ended with the having of the two titles, and then Punk left for good, it was just like, all right, fuck it. And then what did they do? They put the belt on MJF, and we start anew.
Yeah.
And then MJF had his run. He lost the title to fucking Joe, and the rest is history. But like I said, right now they're just establishing the main event players. So like I said, if MJF was to return, if he chooses to stay with them, he's coming back in a main event scene. He's not going to lower card. He ain't gonna start reaching for tag gold or trios. He's going back to the main event.
Yeah. Yeah. I like I said, I wouldn't be mad at it. I think But I think it depends though. Like I said, if Swerve ends up being a needle mover, then I don't think they should take the title off him.
All right, so we got Chad Gable in the ring with the rest of Alpha Academy. So he's healed, but the rest of Alpha's baby. They just showed a clip of Charles Barkley talking about it, which is it's nice to see WWE's kayfabe has gone mainstream now.
I I think Gable turns on Alpha Academy and teams up with the Creed brothers, and they reform a new version of like American Alpha.
The Creeds go heel?
Creeds go heel. They team with Chad Gable, and then they come back rebranded as American Alpha because the Creeds are already at a level where they don't need to be in the academy, so they just go back to
No,
being
better
American
than
Alpha.
American Alpha. They're Alphas, Omegas.
And then I think Otis and Tozawa they just live on being a comedy tag team with Maxine, but they're not going to be like Alpha Academy anymore. They'll just be Otis and Tozawa.
They'll turn to the new maximum male models. Speaking of
No,
maximum male models, did you see the thing? It's been going around on the circuit on Twitter of
in
MXM,
Uganda,
yeah, in the soft ground wrestling.
yeah, I saw that.
This
That's
is
cool.
wild though. But yo man, listen, I can relate to the Ugandans because that's how me and my peoples used to do wrestling back in the day. But we didn't even have the benefit of soft ground. We had a park that just had one of those like hard soft mats on the ground.
Hmm.
So like you're not falling on concrete, but you're not falling on. You're still falling on something with a little bit of oomph on it. And we used to wrestle on that
I
shit,
mean,
bro.
like, listen, man. The thing with Uganda boys, like, there's no wrestling there. Like there's just no wrestling there, and they're trying to make wrestling a thing there. Like I know it's easy to look at them and just be like, oh, like they're just like backyarders, or this is just like mud show wrestling or whatever. But it's like like you have to. There's no wrestling there, so they're trying to bring it in. Like I know they have a GoFundMe where they're trying to raise money so that they could buy a ring, and I think Will
Yeah,
Ospreay donated like $5,000 to them.
yeah. Osprey donated some money too. Ah
So
man,
I think
Gable's over
it's
here
cool, man.
reading them the riot act over here, man. He's tearing them down, man. He's tearing
I'm
down the
telling you,
academy.
man. Like he's gonna. I'm telling you, he's gonna say fuck the oddities 2.0, and he's gonna join in with the creeds. And then that'll just be that.
Right? He's like, I need you to be evil now. I need you to get the ninjas to Zawa. I need your ninjas together. Tozawa said, nah, I don't want to do it, bro.
There's there's a man that will probably become the inaugural speed champion.
Perk Gable.
Oh
nah,
no! Oh no! Sorry, I'm ahead of you.
nah,
You'll know
I'm
when you
still
see it.
watching Gable over here browbeat Otis to submission
Gotcha.
to
Okay.
get on board The Gable train, the Perk Gable train. He got to start wearing mouth guards now, like Kurt Angle used to do. He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So when do we recruit the Creed brothers then, man? Oh, you talking about Ricochet, the soon-to-be Speed Champion?
Yeah.
Poor Prince Puma, man. Poor Prince Puma.
It's him and JD McDonough, and then the winner of that match faces Johnny Gargano in the finals to crown the inaugural Speed Champion.
Question: you think they'll be wearing the title on Raw?
Yeah, probably he will. Sooner or later, you'll probably be defending the title on Raw.
Ricochet. Yo, why my man Dominique got the bandito mustache popping off right now. So he looking like a bandito.
Yeah. Speaking of people that need to shave their mustache.
Listen, he trying to whip him into shape, right? He trying to make him a more oiled machine. Teach him how to cheat the win. They got to focus on Gable. First thing he got to do is tell Maxine to ease up on that makeup. She had like two coats of shellac. She was looking like a cat up in this bitch, son. Looking like DSP wife, son. She had too much makeup on her face. That's not a good look.
I was gonna say when. Nah, never mind.
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say when you're like he's trying to turn them into like a more well-oiled machine. I was gonna say like I would certainly be invested in seeing Maxine get more oiled up. but but then I was like, nah, I don't need to go there.
Where he doing Eddie Mysterio? Eddie Mysterio. Nah, Maxine is trash, son. She need to get her shit better. She trying to be up in the women's division. We ain't got time for women to be sucking in the ring, son. They work hard enough to get respect for people to watch their matches. They need to be good. I'm sorry. They can't be mediocre. They gotta be good. And right now, Maxine is not good. She not good. Her shit is trash. So she need to get on the Master Gable, the Perk Gable program. Put that mouth guard in your mouth. Yeah! 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 You gotta get straight circa TNA angle, son. That's the real Olympic hero right there. Main event Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows it's all about the Mafia and the respect.
Respect.
If you ain't down with the Mafia, you ain't got respect.
Respect.
You ain't going nowhere in this business. Ain't that right, Matt?
Yes.
It's all about the respect.
Respect.
So you gotta respect them.
Respect.
You know what, Matt? I respect you.
Respect.
Thanks. I respect you too, buddy.
Respect.
And I respect everyone in the chat as well.
Respect.
Nia Jax. So, who you think's walking away women's world champion tonight? Or who would you like to see as women's world champion?
I would maybe like to see someone like a Shayna Baszler.
Boy, you was reading my mind, son. Get out of my head.
But if I'm being realistic, it'll probably be either Liv or Becky.
Do my best Chelsea Green introduction. Nah, I don't think so, bro.
I'd love to see somebody like unexpected, like a Shayna Baszler, you know, especially because it is like a battle royale.
Respect.
Yeah. Like it is a battle royale, so this is like the perfect time to do something like somewhat unexpected.
The Live Revenge Tour? Get out of here, Rye. You zesty, son. I
Zesty taste.
Nah, man. Liv Morgan is trash in the ring, Rye. She's so slow. Okay, she's not that. She needs it. If she was a little bit better, I would say yes, but she's not. She's not that good. I do not want to see her as women's world champion. No. I'd rather see Zoe Starks win that before Liv Morgan. In fact, who else is in this battle royale?
You know, you got the usual suspects. Like you got like Nia Jax. I think Maxine is in the battle royale.
Maxine, get
Chelsea
out of here.
Green, Maxine. Chelsea Green is in there.
Becky Lynch is in it too, right?
Dewdrop is in there.
Becky Lynch is in
Yeah,
there.
Becky Lynch.
Okay.
Becky Lynch. The party girls, the rave girls.
Because I'm trying to see
Zoe
like
Stark.
whoever's in it is you can kind of narrow it down to like who's really gonna be at the end, the final four of that bitch. So if you're saying Becky, so Becky probably be one. More than likely, maybe Nia Jax. Who else is in this piece? Let me see something. Hold on. Is this the main event too, or what?
The battle royale's the main event, yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me see something real quick. I'm trying to see. Here are the participants. I got a list of the participants right now. Here the list is follow.
Alright.
Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Starks, Natalya, Tegan Knox, Ivy Nile, Maxine Dupree, Kitana Chance, Kaden Carter, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Piper Niven, Chelsea Green, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell.
Nope. It's not gonna be none of those people.
So it's literally probably between Becky, Liv, Nia, and maybe Shayna.
But yeah, like the fourth person will be like interchangeable, like maybe Natalya, maybe Candice. But It's gonna be one of those three. There's no doubt in my mind. It's gonna be one of those three.
Like
But
unless all the women dump Nia Jax out right out the gate, then I would say a fourth would probably be like he said, like throw in like Natalia or something, or like a Indy Hartwell or something.
I think it would be again. I think it would be really cool if somebody like Candice LeRae won. Like again,
I wouldn't
somebody
even
like
mind. I
unexpected.
wouldn't even mind the fucking Chelsea Green. Put it on Chelsea. Why the fuck not?
I would take anybody over Nia, Becky, or Liv. Like I would literally and Natalia. I would literally take anybody that represents like somebody different. Anyone that's like somebody different holding the title, I would be okay with. Put the fucking title on Tegan Knox for all I fucking care. Just any one of those, anyone other than those three and Natalia. You know, like anybody that's never held the title before, like anybody that's never been champion before. Like a battle royal is a perfect scenario for that. Give us somebody like unexpected.
Anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mm-mm, mm-mm. We got Santos and Ricochet in the ring. Also tomorrow night, NXT's Spring Breakin', Ila Dragunov versus Trick Williams. Who you think's winning that?
Oh, is that tomorrow night?
That's tomorrow night.
Yeah, probably Trick.
I mean, we can hold on a
I'm
second.
gonna
Give me a second.
probably probably Trick because I would expect Ilya to get drafted.
Yeah, I would probably say the same thing. That he's probably gonna get drafted.
So I think probably Trick winning is a safe bet. Out of everybody in NXT, I would say Ilya and Mello are 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 probably the two that are like it's probably like almost a guaranteed thing that they're getting drafted to the main roster. Out of everybody on NXT, I would say those two for sure are getting called up.
Trying to see if they updated their card for Spring Breaker. Spring Breakin'. He got the, like I said, he over here trying to be a bandito right now. Dominic Bandito. Yeah, Maxine ain't flipping nothing, son. She ain't winning shit. She ain't winning no world title. You must be. What do you think this is, Great Khali? You think this is Great Khali? Nah.
I got the I got the card. Do you want me to just run through it quickly? Like there's only like 4 matches.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so we got Sol Ruka versus Blair Davenport in a beach brawl. I don't know what the hell a beach brawl is, but
Basically an Extreme Rules
that's
match.
okay. So we got that. I don't know. Probably Sol Ruka. Probably she'll win. I don't know.
I like Sol Ruka. She's got some pretty decent offense. And she's a half black, half white girl. She
She's like
celebrates
the
Black History
surfer one,
Month.
right?
Huh?
She's like the surfer one, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
She's
and
half
then we
black,
got
half white girl. She celebrates Black History Month. So Ruka.
We got the D'Angelo family versus No Quarter Catch Crew. All three members of them because Drew Gulak got whacked off screen.
Gulak got
And
whacked?
yeah, man, they said he got whacked.
Must have been that whole Ronda Rousey thing, huh?
Yeah, D'Angelo family took him out. Remember, like last week, Tony D'Angelo was saying like, "Hey, like we took care of some trash that was in your group," and then Charlie Dempsey was like, "Yeah, like that guy needed to go away." Like they was like mad burying Drew Gulak, and
Damn.
then they were like saying like, "Hey, like we took him out for you, so now you owe us a favor." And then oh yeah, I think it was D'Angelo said to Dempsey, he's like, "We took that trash that
Look
was
here,
in
I
your
was
group,
always down for
and
Soul when I
and we
found
got
out
and we
she
got
celebrate Black History. Rob, stop playing. Her and
and
Kiana
we
James,
got rid of
half
him."
black, half white girls in NXT. Stop playing. I always about my interracial athletes in NXT. Get out of here. So Ruka
And then
and Kiana James.
And then Charlie Dempsey responded by saying, "We thought that you took him out to better improve the business." And I quote.
Hmm.
So Drew Gulak whacked off screen.
Wow. I
Uh,
didn't even know. So
mhm,
shit.
mhm.
But he hasn't been released yet, though, has he?
It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. He's done. His career is done. He's not going to be in WWE anymore. He's not going to get booked on the Indies. Ronda systematically ended his career
Yeah.
over some drawstrings.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up,
Then we
but
got Roxanne Perez defending in a triple threat match against Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley.
yeah, I think she's gonna retain.
I think so too. And we have in the main event Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams. If Trick for the NXT Championship, if Trick Williams loses, he must leave NXT.
And go to the
That
main
that
roster.
alone should that alone should that alone should tell you he's not gonna lose.
Yeah, he's gonna win the title, and Ila's gonna go to the main roster and join Imperium.
Do do we want to kind of go through the matches for night two, because like honestly, who really cares at this point?
Well, let's go.
Or do we want to
You go
or
to
do we
night
want to
two.
save it for next week's show?
I mean, we could run back to it next week if we want, but you can run it now. I'm fine.
All right. So right now we got Obo Femi and Ivar for the North American title.
Ain't no way
We
Ivar
got
winning the North American. Get out of here.
not a chance. We got Axiom and Nathan Frazier defending the tag team titles against this new upstart tag team of the Authors of Pain with Catering Cross in their corner.
I hope the Authors of Pain win.
And then we got NXT versus NXT. We got Natalia versus Lola Vice in an NXT Underground match.
Oh wow, that.
Which your guess is as good as mine
Well, I mean, Natalia is your
as to what
favorite
that is.
wrestler and a Canadian sister
Yeah.
of yours. So,
Yes.
her and her titties will
Yes.
get the job done with her cat-like agility and cat-like face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's NXT. They're doing what
This
they're
is
doing.
like did you ever watch like Celebrity Deathmatch back in the day? Did you ever
Yeah, of
watch that show?
course. Who didn't watch it back in the
Like
day?
like remember Remember the one episode where it was like Dolly Parton versus like Jennifer Lopez, and like
Uh-huh.
Dolly Parton had like ridiculously large breasts, and Jennifer Lopez had like a ridiculously large ass. That's what this NXT match is. That's what this NXT match is, son.
We're gonna put it in the underground now.
Yeah. Uh,
Off topic, real quick. I know you caught that Deadpool Wolverine trailer, bro.
yeah.
Movie looking kind of alright.
Yeah, it looks good. I like that they're I like that they're kind of being selective about what they're showing us.
Yeah.
Like I like that they're not I like that they're not really giving too much away. Like I think that's probably like save any big surprises. Let us let us see it in the movie. Like save any big surprises, for the movie.
Yeah,
Um
but they just give you like little
but
crumbs and stuff. Like I like that whole giant man suit.
yeah.
So
It looks like is that the ancient one? Is that the ancient one they're fighting?
no, that might be what's her name? Xavier's sister.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. Because I think she's supposed to be the main villain. So yeah, I think you're right. That's probably who it is. But
But
was
they
it just
also
me, or
showed
was
what's
there
his
like a
name?
doctor?
They showed Goliath, the shit from Loki, that big smog demon. They
But
show.
there was like a Doctor Strange? There was like a Doctor Strange style portal, right? Am I wrong about that?
Yes, there was.
Okay. So I think that's why I saw the bald woman, and I was like, oh shit, is that supposed to be like a younger version of the ancient one?
I
But
mean,
then
it
when you
could
kind of
be.
said that,
I don't know. It could be, but
no,
it could also probably be Xavier's sister. So,
no, I think you're right. It is because I think she was like reported as she was gonna be the main villain of the movie. So I think you are actually right. I'm wrong. But there was a Doctor Strange style portal, so I don't know what's going on there. Like I said, I like that they're kind of not showing us too much. Let it be ambiguous, Like I don't want to any big surprises. Let us see it in the movie. Gojira, what's going on, buddy?
all right. So JD lost. Damian Priest came in and cleaned fucking house and read him and Dominic the Riot Act over here.
Hmm.
Ricochet and Andrade ended up taking an ass whooping, which is good. Like you wanted to make your world champion look strong, so
Yeah.
look at your girl Natalia doing her thing. So she getting ready. She said, I'm doing this for Matitude 22 right here. I'm doing this for Matt, my
Um,
biggest fan, my Canadian brother.
I think Alex, yeah, I think this is supposed to be like a time displaced Wolverine because they showed in the trailer like Deadpool basically goes back to like the first X-Men movie where Wolverine is in the bar.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering
he's
if it's
supposed
a
to be. I think he is as well. He's supposed to be time displaced, or just
yeah, like I think
a
it's a
variant of Wolverine from another multiverse.
I think it's a thing where I think they plucked him out of time because I think the producers also said that they weren't going to do anything to fuck up Logan, the ending of Logan. I think this is just like gonna be a thing where he's gonna be like a time displaced, kind of like what they did with Loki, you know,
Yeah,
kind of
he's
like
just
how
a. It's
Loki
just a. It's
got.
another. It's a multiverse. Like I said, when branches break off, it creates its own universe. Just like how Days of Future Past in the comics, even though they fixed it, that universe still exists now. It's its own. It's its
We
own
also,
universe now.
yeah, we also get to see the yellow like Wolverine suit, but we get to see that at some point he does rip off the sleeves. So, I know when people first saw that suit, everybody was offended by the fact that he was wearing sleeves. So we do get to see that at some point he does lose the sleeves.
Yeah,
So,
like I said,
anybody
it's
for
looking
any
like it's turning out to be a decent movie. So I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, me too. I think it'll be fun.
And if it's the jumping
Like
off
again,
point to reset the MCU, I'm okay with that too. Because this is the perfect movie that
like
if it's going to be a reset, let this be the reset. And then you can fold in the
it's
X
like
Men and Fantastic Four and whoever the fuck else you want.
we do so I guess we already knew this, but again, I guess we got confirmation that this movie is gonna be just as violent as any other Deadpool movie. They're not toning it down just because it's on the MCU. Like, this movie is still gonna be very violent because we do get to see like one clip of them basically just chopping up like TVA agents.
Like I said, we'll talk more about it
They're
on
just like,
Friday. So, because we're definitely going to go
yeah,
over it on Friday.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about it now because Raw's on commercial. So, fuck commercials and everything.
I mean, shit, it's not like anything's happening on Raw.
I mean, but we're gonna crown a new women's world champion. I'm excited. I'm always excited about title changes. I love title changes.
Well, me too, but
I
like,
love crowning new
let's just get
champions.
let's just get there. Let's just get there.
So okay, so speaking of championships, we now know that A Town Down Under will be defending their titles. Their first challenges was gonna be Street Profits.
Yeah,
You think the Street Profits will take the titles, or you think they're gonna let A Town Down Under run for it for a bit?
I think they'll let him run with it for a bit.
Although I still thought I thought Bobby's crew was a bunch of heels. When did they become baby faces?
I guess it was just like they were getting such a babyface reaction.
Yeah. Oh, so it's now just the undisputed WWE Championship. Like I said, the Universal's gone
Yeah,
because Cody's facing AJ Styles for the title. Hell nah, hell yeah, man.
yeah.
Backlash in France. Parlez-vous
Fuck what?
français, mon chéri?
Fuck. What time is that gonna be on for us?
Oh man, I ain't even think about that. Fucking a.
I'm gonna check. You know what? I'm gonna check right now. What time is that gonna fucking be on for us? It's gonna be fucking weird. All right, all right. Let's see. Let's see. Will take place Saturday, May 4th. Here, this way. In France right now. It's 4:26 a.m.
So there's probably going to be one of those
So
things where like it's going to be like an afternoon show or something.
yeah, so I guess it'll be I think we will see Jacob Fatu this Friday, Alex. I think we will see Jacob Fatu.
Uh-oh, it's popping off in the backstage. What's happened? It's popping off backstage. Nia Jax. Liv Morgan. It's hot. These women are excited. They're ready for it. They're ready for the battle royale.
I think I think Jacob Fatu shows up, so he can kind of get drafted with the rest of the NFTs. MFT? MFT? MTF?
I like this one shot they did with Becky coming out to the ring.
Yeah, it's all right.
But it just shows you like this is how they wanna how they wanna run their production. I like it's Papa Paul's style. It's not Vince's style. It ain't Kevin Dunn's style. Doing the like backstage like you transition literally from a backstage segment straight into a match. And like I said, you don't cut. It's a one shot.
They're gonna overdo it.
Well, but I'm saying they seem to really only been doing it for like the premiere matches that they've been doing on the shows. So it's not like they're overdoing that aspect of it. So they're doing it just at the right moment. So it's like, all right, this is the moment where we really want the crowd to get hyped because like they did it with the Sami Zayn match. It's like it's mainly being used during the main events. Because they did it with the Sami Zayn last week when he did the like one shot and went straight to the ring from the backstage area. And like something else was happening before that, and then it's like, all right, we just gonna keep going, and it's just like a straight transition to the ring. It's like that's the style they're trying to establish here, at least for the main events. So I don't think, as long as they keep it to just like the main event and they're not doing it for every match, then it'll be fine. Like you just don't overdo the gimmick. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I say don't even do it like every week.
I mean, I guess I could see it being out loses luster if you do it every week. But I understand what they're doing with it. Like it's just to kind of build up to that main event match. So you kind of it's like that, it's that early get hype, get ready because it's about to happen right now type thing.
Like do it for matches that are like important.
Yeah, that's why they save it for the main event. That's supposed to be the most important match. So you do it for the main event.
But not Yeah, but they don't need to.
And especially this main event's for the women's world title, so it would be kind of pertinent that you want to get people hyped because it's battle royals to crown a new champion. So it's apropos, kind of fitting.
Yeah, but you don't need to do it during every main event. Like, not every main event is important.
I would say save it for like title matches. Regular
Yeah,
main events,
exactly.
you don't have to, but if it's for a major title, then definitely go for it. And like I said, they did it with Sami Zayn, but again, it was for a title, so it made sense.
Mm.
So if you're doing it just for like title matches, like main event title matches, I'm cool with it. Like if it's just for a regular old, hey,
Yeah, me too.
I want to fight you, then yeah, probably not necessary. Unless it's some type
Yeah,
of
yeah,
blood feud or something, then maybe.
like it's definitely like a cool transition. Just don't, like I said, just don't overdo it. Like save it so that when we see it, like it feels kind of like, oh shit,
Like
cool. We
just the
haven't seen
same
this
way
this
that
before.
they use the special camera now for the title matches, but they don't do it for they don't do it for all the titles.
Yeah,
They'll just do it for like maybe the top tier ones every now and then. Like they don't, but
yeah,
like they used it for the tag titles tonight, which that's the first time they did it. So I guess they're doing it for all the major titles now. But
yeah,
they're only using the special camera just for title matches. It ain't for regular matches. It ain't for non-title matches. It's only using it for when they introduce for title matches. So I mean that's cool. Like I say, it's a nice little effect, and it's not overused because it's only made for title matches. Whereas remember back in the Thunderdome days, they were trying to use it for the entrances for everybody, which it looked weird. It was a little off-putting at first, but I guess they were just experimenting with it to see how it felt. But I like it for the title matches though. It gives it a little extra specialty to it.
yeah.
Damn son, why AJ got to be the first challenger for Cody? Because I kind of would like to see AJ get the title back.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of it's kind of like we're different places when it comes to AJ because very much like you, I think AJ Styles should be the one to eventually beat Cody Rhodes. But it's like the
Yeah,
fact
I'd
that
like to see him.
AJ is the first
I'd like to see
challenger.
him. I wouldn't mind seeing him beat Cody for the title. Just not right now.
No, not right. No, not right now. But I mean, like, if this match was happening at maybe like let's say SummerSlam, then I'd be like, yeah, okay. But yeah, not right now. Like like the first challenger, is always like this is this is like not gonna be a title change in most cases. Like Jay Uso is not beating Damian Priest.
Liv
Like Jay
Morgan's
Uso's not
coming
beating.
out. Liv Morgan is
Yeah.
trash. I don't care what anybody. Listen, stop. All you simps out there, stop letting her good looks blind you that she's good in the ring because she's not. She's
That's
not.
all it is, man. That's all it is. That's all it is,
Stop
man.
letting looks blind you. She's not good in the ring. And I'm not even sitting here denying that she's not good looking. She is, but like I said, you need to be able to go in the ring, not just look good for me. I'm not that kind of fan. I need the women to be good in the ring.
Uh, Yikes. This guy's this guy's sign says Nia Jax is my hall pass.
What?
Yikes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, man. Like I'm not into body shaming anybody, but man, if Nia Jax is your hall pass, then
I mean, Nia Jackson's not a bad looking woman. She lost a little weight. She trying to get down to Willow size. She getting there though. She getting there.
But is she like? But is she like a hall pass? I don't know. Like
I
I
don't know
don't
what
think
I
she's
don't
like
even
a
know what
hall
that
pass.
means. What does that mean?
So like a hall pass is like like somebody that your spouse would
Oh,
allow you to
okay. I
fuck.
know what you mean. I mean, listen, if that's what they want, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Listen,
No,
jump.
no,
You
there's
can
nothing wrong with that.
jump on the shit. You mean to tell me if she didn't come to you say, yo, Matt, you want to jump on this pony? You ain't gonna hop on and say giddy up?
No, I don't think so. No,
You wouldn't?
I'd be scared she would hurt me.
Man, stop being
She
pussy.
prone to injury. She's
Stop being pussy. Real talk.
she's
Like I said, if she said to you, like, listen, I'm about to give you this fucking Dunkin' Hines, son. This shit is fucking Krispy Kreme's moist. You ain't gonna say no. You gonna say
okay.
no?
Is she gonna scoop me?
She might scoop you,
All right, well then that might
but
be a
while she's
different story
scooping you,
then.
kid, she gonna be sucking you off, son.
All right, well shit, that's a different story then.
See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Motherfuckers out here be lying out here in these streets, be playing games, son. Y'all let the bodysuits be fooling you. That's the problem. Y'all motherfuckers don't be looking at the third dimension. Y'all be looking in 2D. Lame asses out here, see? Y'all don't.
Oh fuck
What?
this battle royale. Like fuck this battle royale.
Ah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Oh
All right, take your time, ladies. You still got time. Oh, Candace out. Eliminated by Maxine.
fuck man. Fuck.
Yeah,
That was my like
Maxine's winning the
that
whole
was
thing. Yeah, all right.
that was my like sleeper pick, man. I was like fucking Candice
Oh,
LeRae
and
was
then she
fucking good.
dumps out Indy. Look at this.
She dumps them both.
See, she motivated by Coach Gable, son. She ready for the next level. She trying to cook right now, but it's gonna be for naught
Mm-hmm.
though. It's gonna be for naught.
Mm-hmm. Maxine winning the whole thing, eh? That would certainly be unexpected, right, Drake? You know, like that would certainly be something that would be like very unexpected. I'm not saying I'd be mad at it. Not saying I'd be mad at it, but I'm just saying that that would definitely be something that would totally be like on left field. Like that would be like Jinder Mahal winning the WWE title levels of unexpected. But you know, what kind of we still got a little ways to go. We're still in the early stages of this battle royale. We're still in the early stages. Still thinking probably either Becky or Liv are probably my two picks. not my two picks in the sense of I want them to win, but I just think probably they between the two of them, one of them will win. But we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be mad. Gojira, who's your pick for this match? Gojira, who are you picking? And everybody in the chat, drop your predictions. Okay, we all see that movie where Zendaya is getting trained by two tennis players. Uh, I didn't see that movie, Alex, but I definitely know the scene you're talking about. Um, I definitely know the scene in question. I didn't see the actual movie though. Oh, looks like we might be. I don't know where everybody is on Raw. I don't know if y'all are like on the same as where I am, or if y'all are behind. I'm a little bit ahead of Smith. I'm like a little bit ahead of him. So I don't know if I'm ahead of y'all or not. So I'm not gonna kind of say what's going on, but
Oh, what's
we
oh.
definitely
Women are just getting tossed around, monkey flipped all over the
yeah.
place. Did anyone else get eliminated while I was gone?
Yes.
Who got eliminated?
Chance and Carter. Chance and Carter are gone.
Oh, Chance and Carter eliminated.
Uh, the the girls of dream will not be coming true tonight.
Oh, yo,
No, why you always
damn,
still
that was a
Metro?
fucked up elimination for Ivy Nile, son. Damn. Maxine trying to finish her story, son. Psych. Psych. Sorry, Rye. Maxine wasn't gonna finish her story tonight. Oh, look. At least half of the women that I called are still in the match right now. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Liv Morgan. And Natalia's in there. And now Piper Niven just got done. But she's now trying to get a little taste of Becky. Beating her ass up on the outside. A little sour grapes. Now Becky gets a little breather because she's all taking an ass whooping on the outside. She didn't get eliminated.
Oh.
Is Piper gonna put Becky through the table?
Well, this is rough to watch.
Michael Cole's about to call it a Royal Rumble. He's about to call it a Royal Rumble. That's funny. And now we're dragging Nia Jax out into the ring. What is this?
Mm-hmm. Gojira, I think I saw what you saw.
This is bad.
Yeah, it's a little tough to watch.
Come on, get the big girl up. Get up. Oh my God, come on. The table's too strong. I am the table. I am the table.
Twice.
Oh no, Chelsea Green. She tried to cheat.
Just going back to Rebellion for a minute. Did you see the story of Eric Young losing his ear?
What happened?
So Rebellion. So when they did the spot where Frankie Kazarian did the flux capacitor, and they basically came down, and basically Eric Young went through the edge of the table, and then if you kind of notice, like he just started like mad bleeding.
Yeah.
It was because his ear was like severed.
Ooh.
But supposedly it didn't come all the way off, so they were able to like reattach it.
Oh, lucky for him, bro.
Yikes.
Yeah. Ooh, that's for the people that be calling this shit fake. Like, all right, ask Eric Young who almost lost the ear if that shit fake.
Yeah, that's like I know like I know sometimes I be saying that in a trolling manner, but yeah, like yeah, in all honesty, it's like yeah, people kind of almost can't separate like scripted from fake. Like it's it's scripted, yes, but like man, like the shit these people are doing is like very much is very real.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like tell Eric Young that it's fake when the man almost had his ear completely severed from his head.
Mm-hmm. Like I said,
Manner.
it could
But
go it
yeah,
could go another way, and you paralyzed, end up dead, all kind of shit. Yeah, Mick Foley already know he lost the ear. He lost his ear.
mhm. Do we want to touch on those releases real quick? I mean, there wasn't very many of them, but
Yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about it. We can definitely talk about
so
it.
so so,
Name off the
so
list.
Chrome Magnum Man is gone.
Von Wagner, no, why? You could have done
Yeah,
so much with Cro-Magnon
yeah.
Man, son. He's Von Wagner.
So he's out. Zion Quinn,
So what
he's
happens?
out.
What happens to Robbie E, man? What they gonna do with him? With Robert Stone?
Man, I don't even know. I guess do they just pair him with somebody else or? Maybe they'll just finally start pushing him as like an actual wrestler.
Yeah, we got to get him together with Joaquin and reformat the bromance, man. Repackage him as a bromance. Cause listen, get him out of LWO. They don't need Joaquin Wild.
Oh my god, I would love that actually. Yeah, that would be great.
Get him together with Robbie E and restart that bromance. He go back to he could be DJZ again, and he could just be,
Like
like I
what's
said, Robert Stone. We just be Robbie E. We be Robbie just be Robbie again, and just be the bromance. And
what's what's Jesse Goddard's doing? Like they could probably get him, right? Like what's he
he's
doing
doing something. He's
nowadays?
out in the indies. Last I saw, he was like holding a world title in some indie promotion.
Like I think he's in OVW,
He
right?
might be in OVW too. Yeah.
They could get Jesse Goddard's. Come on now.
Like even if you don't get
Yeah, so they're
Jesse, there's probably someone else you could replace and we get a bromance 2.0. Hell, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
we listen. I've almost forgot. Since we talking about revamping old teams, fucking the FBI is back in TNA. Little Guido got some new Mama Lukes.
Yeah. Oh fuck this battle royale.
Natalia's
Seriously,
out.
fuck this battle royale.
Oh, look at this. Shayna, Zoe, Liv, Naya, and Becky all still in this. So, like I said, most of the final four that I predicted is pretty much in this thing right now. Oh,
Okay, yeah, so they're gone. Xia Li is gone.
which is a shame. Zaya was good. She
Indus
was
Shear is gone.
underutilized.
Yes, she was.
Uh,
Indus Shear is gone. Speaking of
yeah,
underutilized.
wasted tag team.
Mhm.
Oh, Zoe just got eliminated. Shayna looks like she's about to get eliminated. And now we're down to 3.
Shocker. I want to look who the final three are. Whoa, what a shocker. Couldn't have seen this coming.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck
it's
this
not
battle
like we
royale.
said it earlier in the show.
Mhm.
I'm a little hurt that they got rid of Indo shit. That was a tag team that could have been so much more if given proper booking, man.
Yeah, me too, man. Like they didn't even get a real opportunity, man. Like they got drafted to Raw and like we barely even saw them. Like they didn't even get a chance to do something and they
Nah, they
were
didn't get
gone.
none, bro. They got fuck all. They got fuck all in that deal. But
Unfortunately, like Xia Li is another one, man, where she was just constantly start, stop, and then even they were kind of doing something with her where she was like she was like knocking people out, and then like nothing ever came of it.
Nia Jax is running roughshod right now over these two women.
And I guess like not the most surprising release, but also the most surprising release. Jinder Mahal's gone. Wow. Talk about wasted potential. They weren't doing anything with him anyways.
All right. Well, are they
Let's
gonna now try to
just
get
end
Nia
this.
Jax out of the ring? What's going on here?
This is Let's just end this fucking match. Let's just fucking end this
All right,
shit
and who
already.
else got released? We got Indashir and of course Jinder Mahal.
Gender. That's it. That's it. Like I said, it was a pretty small list this time.
I mean, it sucks for Jinder, man. You know, he again, it's somebody that could have done so much more, but they really didn't. They really had nothing for him.
I hope that
Is
I
she
hope
gonna
that Jinder
bunzai?
gets
Is she gonna do
picked
a
up.
double bunzai?
I hope that Jinder gets picked up by like TNA or something, man. Like they could do something with him in TNA. Like I feel like they could really do something with him in TNA.
Oh, Nia Jax out. So it's between Becky and Liv. Good God.
What a shocker. That's like the two most like obvious people.
All right, well, let's go.
I guess it's whatever. I don't know. It would have been nice to see
They
them do
should make the
something with.
final two have it be pinfall or submission after this point, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when the what's the final two, it should come down to pinfall or submission.
Liv, that was kind of stupid. Why would you pull her through the ropes? You still got to get back in the ring now with your dumb ass. Well, I mean, it ain't gonna be if they both fall now, it's gonna be Becky because Becky didn't go over the top because Liv's a dummy. But they do remember she didn't go over, right? And Becky wins. There you go. Manhandle slam. Yeah. I'll take Becky over Liv. So, all right.
Yeah, I agree. If it was gonna be one of the two of them, I'll take I'll take Becky over Liv. But again, I feel like this is where it's like egg on my face. Like this is kind of like every time I think like, oh man, they're gonna do something like unexpected or they're gonna do something unpredictable, but then they always just default to like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this would have been a perfect opportunity to be like, all right, you know what? Rhea got hurt. She wasn't supposed to lose the title, but she got hurt. Why don't we throw the title on like Candice and give her a chance, or why don't we like throw the title on like a Shayna? But
Nope.
it's like
Just give it
no,
to
it's like
Becky, the woman she beat.
fuck yeah. It's like no, it's like fuck all of that. Let's just put it back on Becky because Becky hasn't
Yeah,
held enough
and
titles at
she
this point.
but see that's the indictment of what WWE needs to fix is because none of those other women are a draw except for Becky. So it's like okay,
Well,
our other
fuck.
draw is out. So who do we put the title on? That's a draw. Mm, Sure shit ain't Maxine Dupree. Sure shit it's barely
Well,
Liv
but
Morgan. She's not there
how are
yet.
these how are these people supposed to get there if you never give them the opportunity?
That's the
I-
double edged
I-
sword
If
though. Now that's the double edged sword of it
like
all.
how is somebody like Candice LeRae supposed to reach the next level if she's never put in that position? Like how are these people supposed to get better if they're not put in a position where they could improve? You have to give these people the ball and see if they could run with it. If you never give people opportunities, how will you know? How will you ever know if Candice LeRae could carry the company as women's champion? How will you ever know if you never give her a fucking chance? How will you ever know if Shayna can carry the company if you never give her the fucking chance? But they always just default back to the same thing, the same fucking people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like always we always just constantly default to the same people. How are you going to know? How are any of these people supposed to get better? How are any of these people supposed to draw money if they're never put in a position for us to care about them?
Yeah. Gotta make them
Like what did
stars, man.
what did what did we say when Raw started? We said the final three is gonna be Nia, Liv, and Becky, and one of them is gonna win. And what happened? Exactly what we said, because they always just default to the same. It's just always like the same thing.
I mean, it was down to the
Like
four
how
because
how
by technically Shayna was the fourth person, like I called it, and she got
Yeah,
bumped
you're
off
right.
quick
Yep.
though.
Shayna was the fourth, but that match went from 5 to 3 almost instantly. Like Shayna was the fourth, but she was not even. She did not last. Like
It's
she
like
got
the
eliminated very
moment they
quickly
got rid
after
of
Zoe
Zoe,
started.
moment Zoe bumped out, then Shayna just went right after. But she was technically number four, so I called it. I said Shayna, I said Nia, I said Liv, I said Becky was gonna be your final four, and she got bumped.
Yep.
Because all the other women already knew we're not gonna get that spot. Even though it'd be nice to see something new, it wasn't gonna happen because none of them have been booked
Hmm.
to be in that position. This is the time now. If we in this quote unquote new era, okay, you need to now make a Liv more, not a Liv Morgan, like a Indy Hartwell and a Candice LeRae seem like main event women. You need to make a Ivy Nile or Chelsea Green or a Piper Niven seem like a main event woman.
Yeah.
For that shit to be more believable that I believe her to be in this spot. Like if you put the title on her, I believe she could go out there and beat anyone who challenges her. But I don't believe it now because every woman, all those other women that I just named, 9 times out of 10, they in matches they taking L's, especially a Chelsea Green, especially a Ivy Niles, especially like a Candice or Indy Hartwell. They had to go heel to start getting some wins. So why would I believe they was world championship material? Like I said, you gotta
Hmm.
book them, but gotta book them better. You gotta book them to make them look star. They gotta beat people that matter. And like I said, because the pool of main event to mid card in the women's division is so shallow, it's hard to do that because they never did that. That's why I always felt it was like kind of just stupid to fucking have a separate women's division because you don't have enough women. At least
Hmm.
not enough to establish a main event scene of like I said with AEW. You have to establish who are the top tier, who is our mid card, and, but there has to be some room for growth as far as main events are concerned, especially if old guards may be moving on or in the event someone gets injured. But they haven't done that. Like I said, all the mid card girls have just been nothing relegated for like you'll be a tag team for a while. Unless we think you're ready to go main event scene. Like I said, the only one that's kind of broken that kind of echelon in the past few years has probably been Liv Morgan.
Yep.
And she's not even the best you've got. So I don't know. We'll have to see what happens from there. But with that, Monday Night Raw is done, and so are we, ladies and gentlemen.
Finally.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and joining us here tonight. Yeah, appreciate everything as always. Smash that like for yourself and subscribe if you're not already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And hey, you know what to do. If you know what we do around here, we're members of the Sanctuary, so join us on Friday night for Spaghetti and Friends, where we'll be talking toys. We'll probably talk more about Wolverine, Deadpool, and a lot of other cool stuff, and possibly some wrestling, because Friday nights, right?
Yeah, and especially this Friday night, it's the draft.
Oh yeah, hey now, yeah, there you go.
So yeah, so I think I don't think I would be out of line in assuming that this Friday especially will probably have very heavy wrestling talk because we're gonna be in the thick of the draft.
Yeah, so you definitely want to tune in for that. And yeah, this is what it is. But until then, y'all have yourselves a great night. We'll see y'all next week, and remember to always kick out. Thick boys out. And also, what is it, Matt?
Birds aren't real.
That's right, birds ain't real.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shippuden, that's all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. I hope you die. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take. I have no fear. I think it's clear. Let's keep you tight high. Get all this Dragon Ball Super. We got the skill to blow Xeno rain.